Hello there, and welcome back to my ASMR channel. Or if you're new here, a very warm welcome to you as well. Tonight I'm going to be sharing what's in my writing bag here. But before I get started, I just wanted to quickly mention that you might have noticed that in my last few videos, my space looks a little different, and that's because it is. So I'm just moving into this new space. It's taking me some time, but this is a newer desk that you haven't seen before the last few videos, but I still do have my antique wood desk, and it's right behind me and will appear in some upcoming videos as well. I'm working on 2 highly requested videos. They are, I guess, part of a series, both of them. One is a seasonal. I don't want to give too much away, but maybe you can guess. It is part of a seasonal series that I do. And the other one is a novel study. So since those videos take a lot more time to put together, like they involve research and a lot of props and things like that I have to gather up, I thought I would do 1 or more casual videos between them, like this one, while I'm working on the more involved videos. So let's get started. This is my new-ish writing bag. You might know from a previous video that I work in publishing, mostly from home. Yeah, mostly from home now because, well, like a lot of people, have shifted to remote work. But I'm in the middle phase of my career, more like the middle later phase of my career, so I can do almost everything from home now. So, though I work in publishing and I do a lot of writing for my day job, a lot of writing and editing, I also like to write, and I do write in this writing studio, I like to call it, rather than an office. I like to call it my writing studio. So yeah, I do build in my writing practice into my daily grind, let's say. But I love to get out of the house, whether it's to go to a writing group. I belong to 2 writing groups, critique groups, or if it's for a writing session for myself, I like to go to a cafe or a library once or twice a week. And when I do that, I bring this bag with me. My last bag was almost falling apart, so I just got this a few weeks ago. You can see that it's an olive green, but I don't know, I'm gonna zoom in here. Just, oh, yeah, as you can see, it is an olive green, but when I have it back here, it kind of loses the true color. Let's see if I do this. No, I'll zoom in periodically so you can see that color again. This boasts, when I bought it, there's a little tag and it boasts that it is vegan leather. So we'll see how durable this proves to be. It says here that it's Nanette Labor. Nanette Labor. And I have to admit that I'm not sure if this is really me. I kind of like this bag, maybe without it, and I've even considered somehow removing this. Looks like it would be pretty easy actually, because it's got an opening there. I don't know. Like you can see on the back, it's plain, and I don't know. Should I keep this or should I take it off? I can't decide. So yeah, you did see the back here has a little pouch, and I often put my phone in there. So this little pouch there. Okay, so I will unzip and we will look inside. Okay, so I'll take out the heaviest item first, and that is my laptop. This is a mustard color, and it's like canvas material. You can see down here it says Herschel. Herschel. Supply company brand, trademark. Designed in the Herschel workshop. The finest quality, it says up here. So, I really like the way this olive looks with this mustard color. The zipper is the same color, see? So, it's lined, so it has this like piping along here in this red and white stripe just around the edging here and a little bit there, and then it's like a felt, very soft as it should be, to protect the laptop just right here. I really don't like laptops, I have to admit. So I love to work on my desktop, and sometimes I'll take this with me and not even use it. I'll use pen and paper instead, because this is a MacBook Air, and from the beginning, since it was almost only 2 months old, it has a few glitches I just can't seem to get around or fix. So maybe that's one of the reasons. I really prefer like a more ergonomic setup that the desktop computer can do. But what I should do is get like a separate keyboard for this so that I can prop this up, and I bet I would really like it a lot better. So that's the first item here. I'll just put this right here. What else have we got in here? What should I show you next? How about my writing notebook? If you have watched my desk setup videos, this was in one of them. I think it was last fall's notebook. And so how do I use this with my writing? When I am typing here, I'm typing my manuscript, I still like to take notes. I like to write down reminders about characters or plot. And I like to plan ahead chapter by chapter. So sometimes though, I tend to avoid my laptop, and I just will go ahead and write a scene in here and then come back and input it into my desktop. So I just switched over to this very recently. I had a very long, it's about this big, a very long notebook. It's quite long and a regular width. And I used every page of that, and I just thought I would go for something small and light. And if you're a reader with a to be read pile, you might relate to this too. I have like a to be written in pile of notebooks, so I pick up notebooks and I don't always use them right away. So this was waiting in that pile, and I just chose this one to work out of next. So how about what's in here? This is a pencil case. I'm not a fan of this kind of thing. I just wish it didn't say that. And just have this design here. It says there is beauty in simplicity, which I totally agree with, but I don't know. I just prefer that not be there. I keep thinking that I need to get a really small, slender pencil case for just a few things. It would stop me from filling these up so much with so many things. But I actually have pared down quite a bit. But I'd like to pare down even more. So I have some highlighters in here, some pens, and some cue cards. use cue cards for a lot of different things. Sometimes I do emotion mapping with these, which I could talk about in another video. Sometimes, most often actually, I just do chapter reminders. And I know I just said that about this, but if I'm on a roll with some scene writing, I just keep this to the side and write down a few things on here to keep me focused and help me remember what I could otherwise forget. So I have these, and of course some sticky notes, some more sticky notes, more sticky notes. You see, it's redundant. I could really scale this down a lot. And of course, some more sticky notes and a random paper clip. And so here's the pens that pencils, oops, and there's a pencil sharpener. And let's see, so I've got these two pencils and this mechanical pencil that has lasted a really maybe 10 years, I don't know. It's like it's got infinite lead in there. And some highlighters, these two Bic highlighters, and these two. These are my favorite type of highlighter brand, so I prefer to use these. Again, why do I need 4 highlighters? I really need just one. But at home I would use a lot of different like colors and stuff, but when I'm out, no way, I'm just gonna use one or no highlighters. I've got my gold pen, which is like my favorite pen. I always have this pen. And I've got this brown ink pen, and this is gel, by the way, and this is just a refillable pen. So yeah, I could pare down to 2 pens, 2 pencils, and 1 highlighter, and one set of these flags. And then with the cue cards, I guess I could, if I get a skinny pencil case, I could either cut these or fold just a few, or I could slip these into a pocket, because I'll show you the pockets inside the bag in a minute. So there's the pencil case. And next, I'll show you the books that I have. Right now, I'm reading, this is a writing craft book. I'm always reading at least one writing craft book. So this one is called The Forest for the Trees, and I've read a few chapters from this in the past, but I just wanted to get back into it again. It's by Betsy Lerner. Isn't that a cute name, Betsy? Do you think this name will make a comeback? An editor's advice to writers. See? Up here. So, what does it say here? remarkably generous about inviting writers behind the editorial curtain. Lerner sings like a canary the trade secrets of editors and agents, offering solid insider advice on every step of the publishing process. With this book, Betsy Lerner becomes what every writer hopes for, a friend in the business. And I'll just give you an idea of what's in here. So, part 1 is writing, part 2 is publishing, and in the writing chapters we've got all these different types of writers: the ambivalent writer, the natural, the wicked child, the self-promoter, and so on. And then in part 2 in publishing, we've got making contact, seeking agents, rejection, what editors want, what authors want, and so on. Some of this, I would say most of this actually, is stuff I already know. But there were a couple of chapters in here that I wanted to reread because I was thinking about talking about them at an upcoming writing group session. Just topic of writing styles. And somebody had asked about this book, so I thought I should just read it over a little bit before I bring it. So that's one of the books in my bag. My writing bag here. I've got this work of fiction. It's one of my favorite novels of all time. And that's Orlando by Virginia Woolf. I read this in the early 90s. Like, I think maybe 1994, so maybe 1993 or 1994. I love this book so much, and I saw this recently at a secondhand bookshop, and I just thought it was cool, and it was very cheap. So I thought, like, why not? My other copy, I love it, but it's old and actually quite dusty, and the pages are falling apart. So okay. Boisterous and defiant, Virginia Woolf's queer classic subverts restraints of genre, time, and gender, traversing the complexities of human emotion and society's obsession with conformity. The wild adventures of Woolf's gender-fluid hero begin in Elizabethan England and end in 1928. Yet Orlando ages just 36 years. So cool. A satirical romp that spans over 300 years of history, Woolf's fantastical biography was decades ahead of its time. That is so right, decades ahead of its time. I was enchanted with this then, and I still am now. It's amazing that she wrote this back then. They say biography. It's written as if it's a biography, but it is a work of fiction. And there is the dedication to her true love. And there's just 6 chapters. Sorry. And it's, let's see, 223 pages. Not that long after reading this, I saw the movie. I can't remember when that came out. I feel like it came out in the 90s as well. But I want to watch it again because I'm just in an Orlando mood. It was a great movie. I think I should definitely do a novel study of this sometime in the future. I'm working on one right now that is perfect for the season coming up, and it's another favorite. It's a classic, and I'm really excited about it. But it's taking me a long time to put together because there's a lot of research involved. Not a lot of research, but I just want to check some facts as I'm looking at some of the notes about the author, and also like I try to find images that I can use in the video, things like that. So it just ends up taking a little bit of time to put it together. But yeah, this one would be a good one for a future novel study. What else do I have in here? Okay, I have, oh, this is not writing related at all. I don't know how these ended up in here, but these were in a pocket right here. There's a pocket right here. These are paint chips, and they are specifically paint chips for my garden shed door that I want to paint. And I was thinking of something like this for that door. This is like, it's called Flower Pot, and it's a very light terracotta. It's just so nice. I think it would be so nice and soft in the garden. Yeah, so my garden shed door. Some of the other contenders are here. Seaside Villa, Angelico. It's lighter than Flower Pot. I like Flower Pot better. And Sun-Washed Brick, Pottery Wheel. I think it's too earthy for outside. At the same time, I don't want anything to pop too much, you know what I mean? Like, I want nature, the flowers and the trees to be the focus of color. So I thought, this is subtle, but it's still something like magical and whimsical, I think. But I also have Sweet Pastel here and Pumpkin Cream. Don't you love the name of that? Pumpkin Cream. This one is Cinnamon Tea. Cinnamon Tea. And this one is Paper Heart. So you can see the colors that I'm thinking of are all within this kind of light pinky earthy tone, but I think this is the one. Flower Pot. So somehow those ended up in here. I also have this brush. recently actually, because it's apparently a detangler. My previous brush was like, the finish on it was all broken off. I think I've had it for about 15 years. So I got this. I've never done a hairbrushing video. Maybe I should do one. I always try to make my role plays somehow bookish in some way, like little bookish fantasies of some sort. So maybe I can figure something out with hairbrushing. I do have one idea that I've been thinking about, so this brush said something on it like, actually maybe because I just recently took this out of its package, so maybe I'll do like a haul video where I'll put this back in the box and then show you. It says on it like 50 or 80% less breakage or something like that, and it's a detangler. And so I can't stand brushing hair and then like I always start so low. Like this, after my shower I start very low so as to not break the hair at all. So I have high hopes for this brush. It does glide through the hair very, very nicely, very smooth. Who knew this would become a hairbrushing video? Look like this. Get more of my hair here. Yeah, this is actually very relaxing. I don't normally watch the hairbrushing videos, but I have watched a few. I know a lot of people really love them. Yeah. So that's just about everything in my bag here. Just bringing this really close to the microphone. I'm really excited about the next two videos. I wish I could work faster for you, but like everything in life, I'm kind of slow. I'm kind of slow in everything I do. don't know why, I just am. I always get everything done, but it just takes me longer for some reason. But that's why I came up with this idea to make more casual videos like this, to post in between the more involved videos. So maybe that will help me get things up on my channel a little sooner than I have been. I hope that you enjoyed the sounds in this video. I hope it brought you some peace and some comfort, and I am wishing you the sweetest dreams. Until next time, please take good care